My professional colleagues, dear students, welcome to this webinar on Mendeley and Zotero. I wish to thank Dr. Chand and Dr. Nishtha for graciously agreeing to talk about these two important reference managers or reference tools, which are Mendeley and Zotero. I will just for a couple of minutes. Oh, I also wish to thank Dr. Lalita for introducing our speakers, and Dr. Viral Navi for preparing the report. Mendeley is an application that helps scientific writers to store and organize literature. It also enables one to systematically insert citations and references in any chosen style while writing manuscripts. This tool helps academicians and authors of science writing, and especially helps students to write their thesis and assignments. Now, coming to Zotero, it is an easy to use yet powerful research tool. It helps you to gather, organize, and analyze sources, and also lets you to share the results of your research in a variety of ways. It is a project of the Corporation for Digital Scholarship. That's all. Now, Lalita, could you please take over?
Unmute.
Maybe some issue from mic side.
We can't hear you, Lalita. You need to see your audio settings. You want to try mobile?
What shall we do?
You'll be able to join with mobile, Lalita. You can try. Disconnect from here and then join with your mobile. You can leave the meeting and again join. Try that.
Please go ahead. Okay, shall I?
Yeah.
Then shall I introduce? Then what shall we do?
Yeah, I think that.
Okay, I've got Dr. Chand, so I'm introducing him first. Dr. Banka Bihari Chand is a librarian at the Vikram Sarabhai Library. Earlier, he had served as deputy librarian and head at the Institute for Social and Economic Change, Bangalore, as librarian at National Council of Applied Economic Research, New Delhi, and a librarian at the US Library of Congress in New Delhi, and as a professional assistant at Indian Institute of Management, Indore. Dr. Chand has received his doctoral degree in Library Information Science from Bangalore University. He earned his master's degree from Sambalpur University, Odisha. His areas of professional interest are research, data management, digital libraries, and information management. That is all. Nishtha, we had first planned to introduce you and ask you to speak, but now since I've introduced Dr. Chand, Dr. Chand, you please go ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
Should I go ahead first? What are you saying, ma'am? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Rhoda, for giving me this opportunity. I think this is my first interaction with the ADINET members as such, though we are meeting at a different level. Many thank you to all of you for joining on a Saturday morning. In many of the meetings we discussed that, see, this is a platform basically, okay, I will share what I know, but at the same time, I will feel comfortable to receive from you as well. So this is a platform where we can share our thoughts and knowledge, and it's not like that it's a one-way kind of thing and I know everything, okay? So anything that you feel like you should be sharing with us, you are also most welcome. So, upon receiving the request, why should not we have a meeting or workshop on these two? We thought that, okay, let us have it, and Madam Nishtha agreed to give it on Zotero, and I will share my thoughts on Mendeley. Okay, so yeah, I'll just share my screen. See, Mendeley, already Rhoda Madam also introduced a little bit what Mendeley and Zotero is all about. So, just to brief you, the role of library is to facilitate academics and research. And in that sense, over the year, with the developments in technology, many research tools were developed, and these are the products of those new developments where the libraries can facilitate or support research by making these research tools accessible to the researchers, right? So in a way it is for us it's good to know about, for us also what these softwares do, and only when we could we can able to transfer this message to our user community also. So first of all, let us know what Mendeley can do, and in future we may extend this kind of seminar to our researcher group as well. So I believe most of the group members now might be from the librarian community. So I will plan it accordingly. And so my presentations, I will go through the slides, and in between I may switch over to the software as well, so that I can give you a little bit brief through demonstration as well. So what is Mendeley? Mendeley, popularly we know as a reference management software, which manages reference in a proper way, so that it helps us in writing research papers or research reports, whatever it may be. And it was really a crisis before these softwares were developed. See, when this digital movement started, we downloaded many articles, from internet and through digital libraries or many other sources. And the best way to keep is that you arrange in a particular folders and keep it there. But it is only you can just browse through. But it is very difficult to search and note down things. And in the end, when your article is ready, keep on searching for the bibliographies. Where are the literatures? So taking that into queue, many software developers thought a research management software might be very useful. And that is how this research management software came into existence. There are quite a many now. Few of them are open source, few of them are of course priced one, but I do not see there is much of differences between the free and the priced one. So considering that, the both Mendeley and Zotero were free ones, and we thought of making you aware about that so that it will be useful for you. Okay, so this, I mean, so that's why Mendeley is also useful for, as a personal digital library. So you have so many digital resources. You can, collect information about the documents and put it in a one particular place, so that whenever you want to use any of these documents, it should be discoverable from a platform where you can search where the documents are and what you have downloaded and what you have stored. Likewise, it is also a platform where you can record your thoughts. Okay, when a research process starts, basically, the first step is to know what are literature available. Okay, so that is what basically we call it literature review. And while reviewing literature, you need to look at many literature on that subject, and start reviewing them and recording them, what kind of contents are there, what all research has already been done, like that. So these softwares actually help you in those processes, and it also helps in seamless citations. So while writing your research papers, you need to cite many of these articles, what you have used during the research writing. And so hence, you can use this software, you can cite throughout the document, and in the end, you can also create a bibliography. So which is much easier now than when you are doing all these things manually. So how to access Mendeley? There are two possibilities. One is, of course, Mendeley Reference Manager, that is purely online, basically browser based. So this is what I'm going to talk more about, because the other one, Mendeley Desktop, which was very popular until now, most probably after September 22, it will not be available for download. But I believe those who have the version, they may retain it for some more time. At this point of time, there is no guidance that whether it will support in the future or not. But it says new downloads will not be allowed from next month. Actually, 1st of September onwards, you cannot do that. But though I will give a brief, those who want to know, but my presentation mostly I will cover only on Mendeley Reference Manager, that is online version. Okay. So, once you try to access or download Mendeley Reference Manager, you can install like any other software by double clicking that, and you'll get an icon on your desktop. And once you start, it will activate a browser, and it will point to this screen where you have to enter your user ID and password, basically. So, this registration is free. You can directly go to Mendeley website. You can register it yourself with any email addresses that you have, and you will get a user ID and password. Okay, so once you enter your user ID and password, you can very well see that it says Mendeley Reference Manager, and it is owned by Elsevier. So though it is a free software, but there are premium versions to it also, that I will say. But I think for a common researcher, I believe free software is enough to manage with, right? So once you register and log in, you should get to this screen, Mendeley Reference Manager. And this is the screen because I have logged in, so you can see my profile here. Anybody who look in logged in, they can see their profile here. And this is the 3-panel structure for Mendeley. So this is the first panel where you have all the collections and groups. Those things will be there. The second part is the middle part where you will have all the documents together, and once you click on the any document, you will move to this information panel. So where you will see more detailed information about that document. Okay. So here you can see there are some options like file, edit, tools, help. These are of not much use now, which was quite used frequently in the desktop mode. When I'll show you, most probably you can see that as well. But there are a lot of other options where we can see from here. And this is the panel, what they say, action panel, where you can organize and export and mark as you can delete citations. These are the 4 panels basically. First is the collection panel. Second is the document panel. Third is the information panel, and this is the information application panel. So I'll just show you. I'll go back to the main screen also sometime, because I have to need, I need to use this cross-referencing. So first is now how you add a document to the, Mendeley library. So the option is, here you have file, here you can add. I'll just show you I'll share the other one, maybe the software, then I think you should be able to see that. 1 minute. Okay, so here I am in the software mode now, and this is the reference management software, the Mendeley Reference Manager, what you get once you log in. And this is, here you have the add new option, you can see. And once you click on here, it says files from computer, or you can add entry manually, or you can import any library that you have. These are the 3 options to include documents to your library. Okay. So I'll just not going forward. I'll show you maybe some other options because it may take more time otherwise. So once you add documents, it will be listed on this central panel. Okay. And as soon as it is added here, you will find it is recently added document, because that you have added recently. So last 30 days, whatever you have added, you can very well see in this panel called recently added. Okay, so this panel is also called smart collections. Basically, these are what you are configuring, and system is filtering out from that. So likewise, whatever you have read, you can see it through this recently read. So once you open, see there is an icon here. If you can see, this blue icon means this document has not been read yet. So once I open and read through this document, it will be like other items, that has already been opened and read through. Okay, so that is what is called recently read. And then there are star marks you can see here. So this is to filter out again that these are your favorite items. So basically, when you want to go back and read through, so you can click, if you have marked few of them, then you can directly click here. All your favorite items will be only listed. So I might be having say 150 articles, but out of that I have chosen only say 5, which I need to refer. So I can click directly here. And there is one option called my publications. So I can include here only the publications that I have, so that I can keep track of my publication as well. I'll show you some more options how this is being configured, because this information is also retrieved from Scopus. Okay, so there are options you can configure it, whatever you have published that is available in Scopus, directly it will be imported to here. And trash is basically whatever you have deleted, it will be accumulated here for some time till you delete it. Here you have the collection that you yourself are managing. Basically, suppose I have created some collection like some research. Suppose I was doing on government online, how government is providing access to information. So I collected a lot of articles on that, and I have put it in one collection so that I can go directly here itself. If I am working on this topic right now, then I can see there are quite a lot of articles which are like open government, electronic government. So all these are very relevant to this topic, and I have put all of them together. I don't need to go back to all reference and search for the documents. Rather, at one click, I will go to the respective collection and I can get the desired article from there itself. Here you have the option to create a new collection. I'll just show you. For example, I'm creating a somebody is writing some paper on disaster management. Okay, so you just name it on the new button and then press enter. A new collection will be automatically created. Okay, so here you have the collection disaster management, and there is no documents in it right now. I can from this document collection itself, I can transfer some of the documents to disaster management by just drag and drop. Okay, so just to show you some of this, I'll just transfer 2 records from there, and I can very well see these 2 records are being transferred to, or see, this is basically one single repository and mapping. So we are mapping to the disaster management collection, and from there I can see these 2 documents here. There are some, and here we have the groups. Okay, because many times research is a collaborative effort, right? Multiple people are involved to do research simultaneously. And when I find an interesting article, I will love to share with my fellow colleague so that my view on these articles can be put forward. So that's why what Mendeley facilitates is that you can share the documents by using groups. So through groups, I can invite the 4 collaborating researchers. And when I share a document, they can also see. It's not only documents, but even the thoughts and annotations can also be shared. Okay, so like that, I can create another group here with same topic maybe, and I can invite. Yeah, see here. This is the group, and from here you can invite members. So the only thing is that as this is a free version, these sort of restrictions are there, such as only 25 persons can become a member of this group. I am the owner of this group, but I can invite any members to this group. Like I can just click, and then if their email addresses which they have registered in Mendeley, then you can invite members to this group. So this is all about the first panel, left-hand side panel, and here you have the middle panel. You can see the documents. So I'll just, I think 2 of these I've already mentioned. These are the documents. The blue dots are basically the document which you have not read are marked in blue. Star is the your preference favorite documents. This you can mark like this. It will be marked in yellow. Author, year, title, I don't need to mention all these things. These are quite straightforward. And when you have a file attached to the article, you can see a file. So many of these articles doesn't have file, but many of these also have. Okay, so these files once downloaded, it's a stick, all files downloaded associated with this. But this one, though there is a file, I have not downloaded. Okay, once I click on this, then it should start downloading the article. So this is the article that has been downloaded, and I can go back to library again, and most probably I'll show you there. Yeah, see here, this article is already downloaded. I just downloaded this data mining with big data from IEEE Explore, and now it says stick. Okay, so that is how you have to download the articles, and once it is downloaded, it will be stored on the cloud where the Mendeley has given you space. So by default, I think they give around 2 GB space. But if you need more, then you have to go to premium subscriptions. Okay, so that you need to take care of what you are downloading and what is the space like. So this is and the third panel, of course, I think I just mentioned to you, where you see the info panel. Info panel is basically all the information related to the article. You can see it here. Okay, so this is the title of the article. This is the author, and then you have abstract. If you have tag, you can add always tag to this. It says work role information gathering. I'll say that information gathering habits. So this will be tag. Okay, I have added a tag here. Files, yes, if there is a file, if you want to attach more files, you can do that. URL, it is not picking URL. So if you have a DOI kind of thing, you can add here. Here also, I think the options are there to add Akshep ID, DOI. You can. This is the information what the software pickups by default from the soft copy that was added here, right? So it might happen that many times some information might be missing, and then you can add the information here, so that at a later stage when you are citing, all this will be picked up. Okay. So this is the first part of the software, where how you can organize information in this. But the second part of this is where you put your thoughts, or once you read through the document, how you record your findings of this literature review basically. So that part actually covers in this annotation and notebook. So once you read, I'll just go back to library again. And suppose I'll go back to here. Yeah, and I'll read through this document. So this is the, when you open a document, you see it like this. Okay. So this is data mining with big data. Suppose somebody is working on it, and this is a PDF document which was read through a PDF reader. I think this is inbuilt to it, and there are few components in this. I'll just explain you one by one. First is the selector. Okay, this pointer actually help you in select the content from this document. Through this you can select that. Okay. And then you can put it anywhere here in the annotations notebook. Second is the highlighter. This is the highlighter, where two options are there. One is through pen you can select the content that you want. Third is the rectangle. Rectangle is basically when I select rectangle, it's paragraph kind of a thing. So all this under this rectangle you can select at one go. This is the sticky note. So if I have to put something here, say I'll say interesting figures to look at. So it will be saved as a note here. Anytime I'll see, I'll find this thing, and it is saved. Okay. And like that, this is I have marked as yellow. So suppose you are working on 4 concepts simultaneously. If you use some sort of a coding, it is better to come back and see to those. So that's why they have given option. Right now, suppose I am looking at, these are 2 concepts: data mining and big data. So I'm using maybe yellow coding for data mining, and something else like I can use blue for big data. So I find something interesting on big data here. So then I can start using, I'll go back again to highlight tools and highlight text, and I'll use this. Okay. So now this will be highlighted in blue. So this I know that, okay, all the blue highlighted one things that are related to big data, and all those are highlighted in yellow are related to data mining. So sometimes this color coding helps in the organization of our thoughts, and it is easier to manage is better later on. See, I added a sticky note if you see here, and automatically the sticky notes come in annotation. Annotations are basically your observation that you have recorded. So multiple entries will appear here. I have just added one, so you can see one here like that. Notebook is another thing, actually another kind of annotation I can say, but here you have rather than in the document, it will not be recorded in the document, but it will be recorded separately. Okay, so I will add suppose I find an interesting definition about here, so I'll create a new page. Okay, basically this one I have created for something else, so I'll create a new page and I'll say I find a very interesting definition, or I am defining myself something on data mining. So I'll say definition of data mining, then I started writing on that. Data mining is the process, something like this. Okay, so this will be saved under notebook. These annotations are automatically retrieved from here, but notebooks are stored in this page, and all these things are you can retrieve at any moment, and it will be there throughout the life cycle of this whole process. There are some other options. Basically, these are to see and see larger size, and you can rotate, and you can download, and you can perform even search within the document. So suppose if I say this is all facilities that are being provided in the software, so that you can see through the document. Okay, so this is all how you read through and record your thoughts. Okay, so we have covered basically two things, as I mentioned. First is the personal digital library, how you manage your information. Second part is basically how you record your thoughts, and a third part is basically the managing citations. Okay, so once you write, once you record your thoughts, then you move to writing the documents. So Mendeley has given or provided options to integrate the citation part into Word document itself. So for that, what I'll just say one more screen where I have integrated the Mendeley cite. This Mendeley cite, the only thing is that it needs to be integrated only I think with Windows 365 and MS Word 2016 onwards. Okay, because this is being done through app. So once you configure this, most probably Microsoft asks for your Microsoft user ID, and you will get a icon here in the Word document. Okay, so these are all integrated. This Microsoft site, Mendeley site, is integrated to Mendeley reference manager, but you have to log in here to see that. The only beauty of this is that you can simultaneously work both on your Word document and Mendeley site together. So that is the beauty of the new interface that they have provided. That was not there in the Mendeley desktop version. Okay, so if I have to, so once I integrate here also, you have to log in. Okay, so once you log in, I think just so no, it's not seen here. So once you log in, you will get all your library here. Your digital library. I can see, suppose Government Online, then I can see all the document. What is there, I can see them here. And if I have to cite anything from here, I can just need to click them and say insert citation. So this is actually citation, inside citation inside the document. But if you have to insert it as a bibliography, then you have to come here and say insert bibliography. Okay, like this, I had already one bibliography and another few documents were added to that. Okay, so this is the bibliography that I just generated now. It can be put in the end of the document, of course. Here you have the citation styles. As we know, all the citation style, like American Medical Association, American Political Science Association, or the popular one, of course, the American Psychological Association and IEEE, Nature, all these things, and you can interchange and just say update style, and automatically it will be updated. The other one was different. Here you have numbers and all those things you can see, right? So that is how you create your bibliography at the end of the document, and that is how you create the citations within the document. Okay, so this is all about Mendeley reference manager. There is one more concept which I just wanted to show. See, the only thing is that I shown it to you, the reference manager. That was you install here the library, notebook, and the Mendeley site. There is one more interesting part of Mendeley is that automatic addition of citation to the Mendeley reference manager. And that is how you do. I'll just show you through that also, so that it will be easier for, I think, one moment. So that when you search for a document, basically, you go to any of these journal databases, or you go directly to Scholar. Suppose I'll go to Google Scholar. And there I do a search on, again, the same topic, disaster management. I'll take that. And here I get a lot of references which might be of my interest. And then I have already integrated that, Mendeley here with my web browser. So automatically, it will pick up, the citations from the screen that I have. And I found that some of the documents which are interesting are here. It says, see, some of the documents which says PDF, it is already included in that. And for some documents, PDFs are not found. So maybe where PDF is there, I will be more interested in that. So I selected these two documents, and then I added to my disaster management library. So earlier I have added documents from the document collection that I had. Right now I am adding documents directly from the my search. Okay, so I'll just say add, and here you can see documents are added to the library collection. See here it says PDF added, reference added, PDF added, reference added. So I'll go back to my screen again, and then when I'll see, here, see, you can very well see two more documents are added. Initially, it was only two. I added two more documents. So that is how you add documents to, your collection directly from the web browser once you integrate that. So that you have to make sure, these additional Mendeley site and Mendeley, web integrators, web interface need to be integrated so that you can search and import the reference directly. Okay, so this is, I think, all about the Mendeley software. And there, as I mentioned earlier, there is one web version also. But I'm not going. I'll just brief you a little bit. Maybe if somebody want to use that, you can make use of it. But going forward, there may not be much future for this desktop. Okay, so make sure that whatever you have, it is being. Yeah, one more thing actually which I missed is that earlier the desktop version was where most of the documents were stored in their in your PC, and there was the option to sync it to the web version. But now that we are going back only to web, that syncing options may not be there. But so that's why this is a desktop, and here also you have similar structure, basically 3-panel structure, and the features that were allowed here were more through these tabs and tools. But most of these features are with web version. There is a little bit different. Okay, so those who want to make use of the desktop version, I believe maybe for a few more months or years they may be able to do. But gradually the web or the Mendeley Reference Manager through browser is the version that you have to use in the future. So I believe that is all how you can make use of this Mendeley for your managing references, managing your digital collections, and managing your citations. That's it. Thank you. So
Thank you, Dr. Chand. That was really great. I think it was in the 80s in PRL, we had used one of the mainframe computers, DEC 10 or VAX 11, and developed the personal documentation system. That now seems so elementary compared to what you have described. Thank you. Lalita?
Yes, ma'am, I'm back. Yeah, thank you.
Great.
I'm really sorry, everybody there. Due to some technological glitches, I was unable to introduce Dr. Chand. I missed to introduce him actually, but then I'm back here, and then though I missed to introduce him, I didn't miss his tutorial. I would say this as a tutorial because it has given a very wonderful idea about how to use Mendeley. Though I know about both Mendeley and Zotero, I'm too much into using Zotero than Mendeley. But today I think I would definitely explore this because of some advanced features which it is offering. With this, I think I can introduce Dr. Nishtha Anil Kumar. Shall I go forward, madam?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So actually, Dr. Nishtha Anil Kumar, she doesn't require any kind of introduction because she is well known to all of us here in Ahmedabad. But then this is to introduce her to the students or some newcomers onto this webinar platform. I'm here. I feel it is my privilege to introduce her to all of you. Dr. Nishtha Anil Kumar is heading library department at PRL Ahmedabad, and she has graduated from St. Xavier's College, I think with biochemistry, if I remember correctly. Yeah. And then she completed her library science education from MS University Baroda, which is a very renowned department in Gujarat. And then she earned her PhD in 2012. And this is very brief introduction I'm giving about her, and she has more than 30 years of experience. And there are around 25 papers to her credit. I think one paper per year, I think you have published. So with this, I request Dr. Nishtha Anil Kumar to please take forward the session with her detailing about the Zotero. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lalita. Thank you, madam, for arranging this. I'll start with sharing my screen. Can you see the screen?
No, Nishtha.
No, ma'am.
No?
Yes.
Yes, now, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Most of the things have been covered by Dr. Chand. Good morning, everybody. Dr. Chand has given us a detailed journey through Mendeley. And I think Zotero and Mendeley are quite similar in many things. Only preference could be that the ease of use for different users is different. So the interface is different for both of them, but otherwise the features are mostly the same. But I'll still take you briefly through the need for research and why we need to hone our skills in research so that we use the softwares and tools and in further lead the users to use these tools. So we'll just take this briefly around towards research. So what is the present scenario? The users today expect value-added services and they want tailor-made information and they want it in very quick format, that is electronic format. They do not have patience to go through hard copy or hard-bound journals. So this is their expectation. They want everything very fast and very quickly. Now to give the services to the users, what we need is not only a traditional librarian, we also need to be knowledge librarians or resource managers. And for this, we need to hone our skills, upgrade ourselves first. We should know what is happening in our research, in our areas of subject field, and then only we'll be able to give better services to our users. So for this, we need to upskill ourselves. So, and how do we upskill? Not only in the technological developments, but also in the basic corpus knowledge about library science. The more we are updated in our own field, the more better we will be able to serve the users. So what is research? It is the backbone of any profession. And it is a systematic investigation designed to develop or contribute to generalize the observed phenomena. So why we should do the research? What is the need? We need to update ourselves. So by regularly publishing articles or probably carrying out the higher doctoral research, for these research is very important. So what does research do? It rejects either the old theories or it modifies them or suggests the new theories. So research is important in finding the solutions to problems and to resolving conflict in the society. It also inculcates the scientific temperament in our rational thought. So basically, there are many classifications, but in social sciences, quantitative and qualitative, descriptive and analytical, inductive and deductive, these are the kinds of research which we can divide the research into different types. These are the research outputs which we need to try to adhere to. Research articles we need to publish, dissertations and thesis, many of you have finished, and patents and another type of research output. So what would we need to do about the research proposal? So research proposal acts like a beacon of light, and it always helps us to navigate to the road of research whenever we are in a doubt. And one thing we need to keep in mind is that proposal is generally written in present and future tense, and a thesis is, on the other hand, is always written in the past tense. This is just basically a research tip for the students who are planning to do their MPhil or thesis or the doctoral dissertation, and for us people who are going to carry out research and to research publications. So this is generally the thumb rule. So what we need to do is, first we need to formulate the research question, then restate the question in the form of a statement, state the purpose of the study, and then what are the benefits of the study. These are the things which we need to keep in mind whenever we are making a research question or research proposal. Literature review, as Dr. Chand has already mentioned, is very important, and we all need to carry out whenever we are doing research. And we need to locate many articles before coming, including the ones which are relevant to our study. Hypothesis, we need to clearly show what the study is expecting to the results are expected, and we need to clearly define the terms used in the title or in the research. We need to also mention the research methodologies available and why we are using the most viable one. We need to describe the tools we are going to use and why we are going to use it. These are the basic things which we need to do when we are carrying out or plan to carry out the research to publish a paper or to carry out doctoral research. It is very important to mention the assumptions we are making, the ones variables which we are already putting and we are not going to test them. We also need to mention what are the limitations of our study, what we have not included, what could not be done. These are very important before we embark on carrying out the research. These are few brief tips for carrying out the research. Extensive literature search is to be needed. And for that, we need to have a logical sample to be selected. The questionnaire needs to be, should be designed by keeping what kind of data we want. And we need to do a pilot survey so that afterwards it can be revised and full sample can be taken. We need to be sure that there's no ambiguity in the sample and the relevant codes used. We need to validate the data at every step. And we need to go back to the research proposal whenever we are in doubt. This document is extremely useful when we start the research. So we need to point out, even if suppose you are trying to publish a paper in the journal and they are not asking for research proposal, it is better to have a research proposal before we start the research and then we publish the article. Now for data analysis, we need to not only give the data, we also need to interpret the data. So it is meaningful only when it is interpreted. And in this also, knowledge of basic statistical tools is very, very useful and it could be very advantageous to the researcher if we know the statistical tools. These are the thesis writing tips. First, we need to start with survey of literature, which may be followed by methodology, data collection, conclusion, suggestions. And the introduction chapter is always written in the last because it is basically extended version of the research proposal. So citations are a very important part of any scholarly communication. And thesis and research paper both need the citations to be written. Then only we come to know what is the breadth of knowledge a researcher has. So the major referencing styles are, these are the American Chemical Society, American Psychological Association, British Medical Association, and Chicago Manual of Style. These styles are basically, the journals will definitely inform us which style we have to use, and accordingly we'll have to set our citation style for the paper or for the paper. For thesis also, most of the universities, they have a clear mandate which style has to be used for citations. So we'll come now to what is a reference management software. It is a management tool for researchers and students for recording and utilizing the bibliographical citations. And once the citation has been recorded, it can be used as and when needed in any number of ways. It saves the time in creating and managing the referencings, and it easily creates a bibliography for thesis and journal article in the preferred citation style. So what is the need of this manager? If we can build our own digital library, it saves the references from the library catalog. It helps in search and cite all types of documents, and it saves time during writing of the paper or to the thesis. I found it very useful when I was writing my thesis. It was such a blessing just to go on selecting whatever we want and then create the thesis, create the bibliography. These are the examples of a few reference management softwares. Earlier, we used to use EndNote, but it was a proprietary software. And then in 2012, we shifted to Zotero. So Quikka, RefWorks, they are all proprietary. EndNote, they are all proprietary softwares. And Zotero, Mendeley, they are open source softwares. These are the features for the three of them, Zotero, Mendeley, and EndNote. Most of the features are same, except I think the storage capacity of Zotero is less and Mendeley is more. Both of them allow all these citation styles to be used, and which we can create a bibliography in any of the citation style. So, on what is the basis of choosing a citation manager? Suppose you don't, you have a cost or budget available, then of course you can go for a proprietary. Otherwise, cost is a factor for most of us. So, open source software is the preferred style. Other things which you need to take is word processor integrated is there or not, mobile support is there, what is the reference style. These are the criteria which we need to check before we choose to choose the citation manager. So why did we go for Zotero? Because it is very, very simple to use. It saves the time and effort. And there is a direct linking through option through DOI and URL. These were and sharing of libraries is allowed. These were the features which made us choose for Zotero. It is very user-friendly interface, and word processor integration is available. And these are the basic features of Zotero. It is designed to store, manage, and cite the bibliographic references, such as books, articles, newsletters, emails, photographs, many such items. Films, manuscripts, sound recordings, all these can be organized in this tool, by this tool. So what do we do to start this as a software tool for our research? We need to first download from the Zotero website. We need to register for a free account and then install the Zotero connector for the browser, Firefox, Chrome, or Mac, whatever, Safari. This is the first step we need to do. And then we need to integrate with Microsoft Word. For this, we have to go to select the tools, then add-ons, and then choose this enable Word for Windows integration. And then they'll be synced together. We have used it to build the reference library collection. Whatever articles we receive through interlibrary loan, we have tried to organize and preserve them in Zotero. And so that next time when any user asks for a same article, we need not again search and ask to another library. So we have it ready-made in our collection. And we also use it to create subject bibliography. So creating the collection is similar to what Dr. Chand has described for Mendeley. We just have to select, go to file and select and give a keyword or make a collection. And I have made alt metrics as the collection. And you see there's not a single article, and gradually we can start populating the articles. How do we do that? We can use any ISBN or DOI to select an article, and then you get the details and it gets added. This DOI can be used from when, suppose you have accessed an article, the article will have a DOI, just copy paste that DOI onto this box, and that article you will be able to paste it into your Zotero library. So we have populated these articles here, and any new article which does not have a DOI, you have to copy paste the title, put it here, then the author, then publication volume, journal. The details can be filled up, but most of the articles now have DOI. The earlier ones might not have a DOI. Then you can copy the bibliography detail from the article and gradually start pasting it here. And this view dots show that the article full text has been linked. As you see, these are the full details of the article by just sending a DOI on that search box. For this article, these are the details, and which will be incorporated into bibliography whenever we want to publish it, whenever we want to add it to our paper or thesis. So when we want to create a bibliography, we just need to select the articles for which we need. So to be on the safer side, we can select all the articles and then go put it in the create a bibliography, paste it into Word file, and then we can delete whichever we want to. Otherwise, this full bibliography of whatever you have selected will be formed in the citation style which you have selected. So what are the pointers? Most of the students ask us how to search for a topic or which areas to take up for research. So these are the 2-3 points which the students can take up. LISA is always a good starting point to start to know what are the current areas of research. Then suggestions for further research. In most of the articles, they have that. That is very useful indication where the research is going, and you can take up a cue from that. Then annual conferences of professional associations like OCLC, SLA, IFLA, they also give a very good idea about what is happening in the international scene. This is extremely important for all the students to know that the more collaborations you have, the article is more visible, and the public productivity also improves, and the impact of the research also improves. So if there's an option of going by single author and a double author or multiple authors, it is always better to go with multiple authors, so that first of all, there is a genesis of ideas which will come together. Another thing is the more people will know about it, and more your paper will be visible. This is, I think, about all about the research process and how Zotero is useful in the research process. A few topics I have just mentioned, just in case some students would like to see what research topics can be taken up and how they can use this reference management software or tools in their research. I think this is about all.
Thank you so much, Nishtha. You've done a beautiful job starting from the need and importance of research. You've taken us on the whole journey. I think you need to write an article for our newsletter about this. Importance of research, how to go about doing it, and then you ended with Zotero. That was great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, we can take a few questions.
Yeah.
With your permission, ma'am, I would like to add on a few points to what Dr. Nishtha Anil has presented, and I have a query to Dr. Chand.
Yeah, please.
Actually, Nishtha Ben, thank you so much for this kind of presentation. I have already shared this with you, and again sharing for the benefit of more users that I'm emulating your model of Zotero at NID, especially for DDS surveys. It's very useful. Yeah. And then the point, my question is, mostly I might have missed your presentation, Dr. Chand, but then I would like to know, like, Mendeley will support only PDFs, isn't it? It won't help us to create bibliography.
Yes. It doesn't have other documents as of now, I believe. Like movies and all. I mean, that they have not included yet. The other kind of documents what earlier they used to support is this data. Okay, there was Mendeley data also which was integrated in the web version, but now I think they are developing as a separate product. Okay, this is Mendeley Reference Manager. Likewise, they are creating one more product called Mendeley Data. So that will be a different product altogether. That is what I believe. See, that's what when LCBR is associated with, you can think of these things. The free lunch may not be available for quite long. So it is like that. They might have some commercial interest, coming into it.
When we shifted from EndNote and we were thinking of migrating, because I saw that Mendeley is associated with Elsevier, I wanted to be away from it.
I know. Right.
We went for Zotero because it is very soon publishers come into play, and then everything becomes costing.
The development might be much faster. You can see good interface. But thing is that's what in the end, maybe 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, it may not be available for public. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to ask you.
Yeah. Any other questions from ADINET members? I think it will be really. See, it's not that it's only question. If you have anything to share, also, I believe it is most welcome.
There's a question in the chat box.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring to your notice, Nishtha, when there is a question to you. They're asking, like, would you be able to brief them a little bit about the implementation of Zotero for IL articles?
It is basically the same as if you are doing your own research. So we have like you select an article which we have received, and then we give it to the user, and we also keep a copy in one of the library or collection of Zotero. And whenever another request comes, when after suppose probably 1 or 2 years, we will always first search the Zotero library collection. And then if we do not have it, then go for other sources. And if we don't have it anything in our this thing, then we will tell them that we don't have the article, and we might ask from some other library then. But basically it is the same way as you will collect your bibliographies or articles, or organize your articles of your research, and you are now organizing the articles which you have received from other libraries and through DDS. And since we are not taking any money, or there's no financial transaction, we are not violating any copyright also. Only to save the time and effort, again, we are preserving and storing that article.
And the interest is also not commercial, right?
Yeah, right.
That's what same thing only. There is no financial interest, so I believe there should not be issue with that.
Yeah. I think that has, yeah.
Any other questions or suggestions?
Yeah, any comments from the participants? I believe nothing much to share. Yeah, these are very simpler software in terms of the tools that we have. There is not much complex involved in it, but yes, you need to know a little bit structure, how it is organized, and one can easily manage it. But and only thing is that as the role of librarian, we can make use for ourselves, but we have to see that our users should also make use. Yeah, that is when the life of the researcher will be much easier. Yeah. So that we can make use easily, but you have to train your users also. Yeah. Use this, or you facilitate them. See, we have to inculcate this use of these tools among the researcher. So that they can manage their library, digital library. I'm talking about personal digital libraries much better. Yeah, and that will be an interesting service from the library.
Yeah. Many of the students who are in 3rd year or 4th year, they come to us when they start collecting their articles, and we tell them how to go about it. And it is actually a matter of just 1 hour. Probably they are much better technically savvy, and they do it, and they come and then thank that this is such a big relief it is that we are now able to make the bibliography or citation list, reference list so easily. Otherwise, it used to be such a pain just to make that citation list earlier.
True. See, I mean, many a times now also researchers say, I don't know where I have taken it from, I have lost it. Okay. And it is very difficult to trace it afterwards.
Yeah.
So how organized, your research is, it will help you only to.
Yeah. And the more we start using it, the more we will be comfortable with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, both the tools are very easy to use.
True.
This thing to the students who have joined us today is that you have to start using it. Don't be hesitant that I don't know or how will I do it. You just have to go to the site of Zotero or Mendeley, start using it, and you'll get comfortable with it as you go on.
Yeah.
Someone was asking about the recording. It will be put on the ADINET website, ALIBNet, ALIBNET.org. And Nishtha and Dr. Chand, do you people announce or show your users that such a thing is available in the library?
Yeah, we do.
Because many students may not even know that such a thing, beautiful tool is available.
We
Recently, we did sometime when we give orientation to our research scholars. That time we give this briefing that these are the tools available which can be used by the researchers. Yes.
Yes, Dr. Chand, but besides the orientation, I feel a big poster or something should be put up in the library.
I believe that
such
will
a
also.
thing is available.
True. Yes.
But madam, these days, these younger students who come for their doctoral
They
thesis,
know everything.
they know probably more than us.
They know more than we
Only
do.
the seniors, who are already working with us and they are pursuing PhD, they might come and ask for help, like how to go about it. Generally, students who are coming as JRF and those people, they are much more advanced.
They are more tech savvy than we.
Yeah.
Would everyone please on their videos, we would like to take 1 or 2 photographs for the newsletter when we report this.
Good to see that so many participants are there, I believe. But yeah, I would like to see a little bit more interaction so that maybe, this topic may not be that much, it's quite easy to grasp maybe. But that's right. If we share our thoughts more, see, it's not only a platform to, but I believe it's a platform where you can share our professional activities also. So when we are meeting, I think we can have those sort of discussion as well.
Yes. Besides these two, is that what you're saying? Besides this reference manager tools?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Lalita and Nishtha would be having a lot. So would you be having a lot to share, I'm sure.
About what?
About anything interesting other than the usual things we are doing in the library.
Participants.
I want to hear from them.
To tell, because there are many things which we have gathered all over the years, but it is.
Yes.
You can announce again, ma'am, maybe.
Yes, please turn on your video. Prabhakar Rao, we can see your name, not your face. And who is there? So many. How can, Bhavesh, can we put many more people on the screen? Who is this? Geeta Gadvi?
I think so.
She's MLA student from Gujarat University.
Okay.
Because they were fresh trainees, interns at IIM, so I could able to recognize her.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So what shall we do? Bhavesh? Should we close it?
Yeah, I think that will be. Yeah.
Yes, madam. We have
Whatever
taken,
you can take, you can take. And,
Yes,
you can-
that apart we can.
we have taken the 2-3 screenshot.
Yeah.
And
Dr. Kailash, where are you from? Nirali Khanna.
You are
should,
muted.
turn on your, okay.
You are muted.
Bhavesh,
Oh, he's muted.
Hello.
yeah,
Hello,
yeah, we
yes.
can hear you.
Yes.
Ha, madam. Dr. Kailash Babu,
Yes. Where are
Radhanpur
you from?
B.Ed College. Radhanpur, Patan district.
Okay.
Madam.
Okay. Okay.
Something. Yes, where are you from,
Yes.
Dr. Pranthip?
Dr. Singh. Yeah.
Very good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon.
Good
Yes.
afternoon, all of you. I am Dr. Kumar Singh from BHU, madam.
BHU. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
It was really very nice experience, and that we have, heard from you. You people have shared your experiences. That was really very nice to learn. It was really very informative session.
Thank you. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Mr. Pranthim, you are from?
I think Pranthim is a PhD
Noted.
candidate from Gujarat University.
Oh, you are
JRF
muted.
candidate.
Muted. You are muted.
Me?
No, no, no.
Yeah, now we can hear you. Yes.
Now.
Yeah, I'm from Gujarat University, PhD research scholar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. One thing about these webinars, we have people from many parts of India
Yeah.
and sometimes
Yeah.
even from abroad. Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you, everyone. Should we close this webinar now?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all. It was really very interesting interacting with you. Maybe in future again at a different role we will see you again. Okay.
Yes.
Sure,
yes.
sir. Sure.
Yes,
Okay,
and
sir.
please, we have this Librarians Day seminar on
Yeah.
the 27th of August. Could you all please join? This is after 2 years, we are having a physical seminar.
okay, ma'am.
And also, if you're not a member of ADINET, do become a member. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Bhavesh.
Bless.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yes, thank you, Bhavesh.
And
Thank you.
Viral, of course, sir.
Thank you, Viral, and thank you,
Thank you.
Nishtha,
Team
and
IIM.
thank you, Dr. Chand.
Thank you, Madam
Thank
Lalita. I
you.
think I would love to see you sometime. We haven't met yet, I believe.
No, we will certainly meet one day. Thank you.
No, we will meet on 27th of August.
Yes, that is
Certainly.
certainly will be
That
there.
is the best time to meet,
Right.
which we are missing for years now, actually.
Yeah.
2 years, yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. See you
Okay.
all. I'll
Bye-bye.
leave
Okay.
now. Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
God bless.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.